Hey y'all, I'm lunarastarshine. Welcome to Cosmic Awakenings, where we talk about awakening to what is and our divine galactic presence here on planet Earth. A lot of us have been awake for some time or are continuing to wake up every day and smell the good shit, right? Am I right? The good shit. And when I mean this, I'm just talking about what is real, what is true, what is authentic, what is resonating with the core of your inner being, and what makes you sick to your stomach, or what gives you the what is not true in our reality, that the illusion, the spells that many people are placed under. And in truth, we have all been placed under some kind of spell. Some of these spells are at our own choice. We choose, we decide these things. We come here with an agreement with our galactic council, with our higher selves, and we choose, yeah, I want to be asleep for the first 20 years of my life, and I want to have to face difficulties, and I want to have the full human experience. So I want to go through challenges and traumas, and I want to be crazy and wild and get drunk, and I want to get tattoos and do all this human stuff, right? And then you have this huge awakening where you're like, oh, I'm human, but I'm so much more. I'm so beyond just the limitations of the third dimension and this experience of I gotta grow up and pay my bills and work a 9 to 5. Actually, I'm a cosmic being. And now, how do I integrate this with being human? This whole life experience is truly about integration. And this is a term we hear a lot when we're working with plant medicine like ayahuasca or mushrooms or ketamine or any of those things. It's like you have to do the work after the major high experience to integrate that experience into your life so you can actually begin to act on that wisdom. And you don't have to do plant medicine to have to work on integration. It's like if you're here listening to this channel, you've had some type of awakening in your reality, in your life experience, or maybe you're beginning to commit and dedicate yourself to a spiritual practice where you are really no longer prioritizing the same things you were in your life before, like money or status. Now you're actually prioritizing well-being and connection with source, and trying to establish your life purpose and figure out what that means and what that is. And so now your life is starting to shift and look different. And what is required of you now is actually slowing down. And this can be hard in our society and our civilization here in the Western world, but also just in any of the industrialized places. We have been programmed to focus on making money and improving our status and having the nice things and the flashy things in our reality. But this is no longer the real shit. Now it's more like, well, how can I evolve my consciousness? How can I improve my psychic gifts and abilities? And how can I protect myself when I'm going into spaces where there's a lot of negative energy? And how can I enhance my wizard skills, my contact with extraterrestrials? Like, our priorities are shifting. And maybe not for everyone, but I would say if you're listening here, then your priority has shifted to your expansion, to your connection with the divine. And I congratulate you. I'm right here with you, and we're doing this together. We're not alone. We're realizing the importance of the connection and the collective consciousness and the work that we get to do together. It's no longer about an individual needing to come up and make a name for themselves. It's about how can we grow our communities, how can we love one another and elevate one another, because we have key messages and we have key frequencies here that we are here to emit and put out into the universe. And that's part of my work, is using my voice as a channel to deliver frequencies that I'll receive, that I download from higher realms or even lower realms, sending messages to the higher realms. I act as a channel, as a conduit between both, as many of us do, here to interact with our multidimensional selves, different aspects of reality, And in that, we're communicating with interdimensional beings, extraterrestrials, elementals, and we're beginning to understand how to navigate time and space in a new way, or an old way, depending how you look at it. But we're here to reestablish we're here to reestablish a new timeline, that is one of beauty and one of love and one of respect and integrity, versus what we've been through for the last few thousand years of war and terrorizing each other. We're moving out of that phase, and we're ready to be able to actually communicate with higher dimensional beings, which a lot of us are already doing. But actually, if we're able to bring these beings into form, if we're able to bring an extraterrestrial here to Earth, or if one were to come visit, and they're here all the time anyways, they're already here, but if we could have a face-to-face conversation with one, what would that look like? And how would we be able to do that? And we know that we have to be on a certain frequency level of authenticity, and in order to do that, we have to be willing to break down our walls and break through a lot of the traumas and forgive ourselves and bring ourselves to the now. The present moment is where it's at. It's not back there. It's not even ahead of us. The present moment is where the divine, the good stuff is at. That's where you experience your divinity, is in the present moment. So how can we do that more and more and more? How can we be in our heart more and more and more, and share this frequency, though, so that actually we can manifest and materialize some of these beings, so that we can bring these technologies to planet Earth that will help us improve our ways of life and improve the ways of being here right now. And a key core message to this is that this technology is not outside of us, it's within us. That's why the meditation is so important, and the frequency emission is so important. The vibration, the hum, the sound of your voice. And the thing is, many of us were choked at some point in our past lives, or our voice was shut down because we were ready to speak our truth, and it was like, that's not true. Someone, was like, don't say that ever again, because that's just not the way everyone else thinks around here. So we're going to need you to quiet down. And that happened, maybe as you were a child, or maybe you were expressing an emotion and you were having this intense experience and you got really punished for it. So now we're in the space where we have to do the work to reclaim power over those timelines and heal our voice from those traumas, so that we can come into this really authentic resonance. This resonance is the key to creating new worlds, because it's actually how our world was created as well, was with sound. And now there are many vibrations and many sounds wanting to come through us, but many of us are like, what was that? That was scary. Weird. But we're starting to see that sound is a healing technology. And what if we could live in a world where we were able to communicate really clearly with plants, trees, animals? Don't you think our communication between each other would also improve immensely? And we'd begin to actually understand each other and have love and compassion for one another without judgment. This is the world I'm excited to help co-create, whether I experience it in this lifetime or not, although I do believe I am already experiencing it, because the people I'm attracting into my reality and communicating with, they just get it, and things are just clicking into place. And this is going to be happening more and more rapidly as we're doing the work, because there are thousands of people, the 1,444,000 people, which, by the way, is just a code for our DNA. It's not necessarily the perfect number of people, because we can have more than that. But this code, these number frequencies hold certain codes of energy, and we're becoming aware of these different frequencies, these number codes, We're going to the places that we need to go to around the planet. We're gathering in communities and we're learning to vibrate and resonate together. And this is what will break the paradigm that we've been stuck in. And this is how we reclaim power as co-creators of our reality. And the founder beings and the extra dimensional beings that help to establish this reality are really excited for us, and they're helping us and working through us as well, so that we can do this and experience what it's like to be in the fifth dimension and beyond infinity. So authenticity, back to authenticity, that authentic channel, that authentic voice, the authentic resonance. Not, I need to match these other people so they like me. Nope, we're not doing that anymore. You don't need anyone's approval. The only person's approval that is important at this now moment is yours. And you're going to feel so much better once you really start embodying and expressing your truth and saying, this is who I am. These are the experiences I've had. And this is the energy that I'm stepping into now, because I'm claiming this and I'm reclaiming my power from all timelines where I people pleased. Because a lot of us as star seeds, or who resonate with the Pleiades or Sirius or different star seeds, who we feel like we're just kind of weird. Try to fit in boxes, and that's not going to work, because that's not why we came here. We came here to break and shift reality. And that because of that, it's important for us to just be like totally in our power and our artistic authenticity, sharing your gifts, sharing your talents in ways you haven't done before, thinking outside of the box, stretching the imagination, allowing dreams to come into existence. I guarantee if you're watching this, you've had some amazing dreams already come into being. Just look at where you are right now. Now think of a previous self that would have loved to be where you are right now. I'm sure there was a time in your life where you were like, dang, I wish I was there right now. And now here you are. And again, you're going to continue to manifest your reality in this way by believing in yourself and giving yourself more credit. You're doing a good job. Keep showing up. Keep showing up in your authenticity. Don't be afraid to hurt somebody. You're not going to hurt someone by being yourself or expressing your truth. Don't be afraid to let someone down if you need to. If you really it's like, you want to show up for them, but why do you want to show up for them? To make them happy or to make you happy? Because the world needs what you have, and it needs you to be working and cultivating on those innate gifts and those innate abilities. But if you keep giving your time away to others that don't fully value it because you want their approval, then you're not going to be able to step into your full power until you start making new decisions for yourself and you start choosing yourself. This is the authenticity that needs to come through, and you will receive more respect once you begin doing this. You will receive more respect for your time and your energy, and you'll probably get paid more too. So this is an important thing for starseeds to do, is to have these clear boundaries and to get clear with why they're here and what their mission is. And does this task here, does this align with my mission? And that might be like, oh, I need to go, do you want to go relax at the beach today? Does that task align with my mission? Well, yes, because I can be there enjoying the elements, and I can speak to the elements, and I can, enjoy the frequencies, and I can send frequencies of love back to the waters, and that could be an amazing, beautiful, healing experience. Versus the friend who needs you to come over 3 times a day to talk about the same sad story that they're in. That is a boundary that That really serving your energy? At some point you have to draw the line. So just here to remind you of that. And again, coming back to that resonance of the voice and vibrating tone, vibrating frequency, energy, emitting love out into the universe through the voice, allowing it to come into the heart and allowing it to expand from the chest. I definitely encourage you to play around with this, play around with chanting, play around with mantra, and just see where the voice takes you, and get in your space of devotion and prayer or manifestation. If there's something that you're wanting to shift in your reality, utilize this tool, this instrument of a body that you've been given. And you can also send this light and this healing energy back into the body for healing, so that you can show up in your reality to do the work that you came here to do. And maybe work's the wrong word, because it's not work, it's fun. It's actually play. It's actually, you're here to experience joy. You're here to learn. You're here to grow. And follow your excitement. Follow your bliss. Follow what feels like joy and inspiration. If someone's inspiring you, well, take a note. How can you also spread that information? Spread that inspiration of information. So I want to pull a little closing card here from the dragons, because we love the dragons. Here to do that grid work, clearing the Earth's ley lines of toxic debris, just devouring it and transmuting it into more joy, more love, more harmony with the elements. So, hey, my beautiful dragons, source dragons, creator dragons, guardians, we're asking for a message today for the viewers. What do the dragons want to tell you today? Transformation, defining yourself. And this is a unicorn dragon, but it's also kind of like a seahorse looking dragon, and with a divine masculine here. As we know, dragons, Tiamat is the mother of dragons, one of the original creator dragons. So we have the feminine energy from the dragon, but yet she is the fierce feminine. And we have the masculine being gentle with her. And so it's about coming into this balance and being gentle with yourself and being easy on yourself. But also we have this transformation occurring within, and defining yourself, recognizing that you are unique. There is only one you. You are irreplaceable. And how can you really come into yourself? How do you want to close out the rest of the year? How are you defining yourself and your reality, and who do you want to become? Because now you're being given a great opportunity to fully step into this unique, authentic energy, in this way of life. And it doesn't need to look like anyone else's. I definitely encourage you to put down the social media, and for as long as you can, and just take that time to really get clear on who you are and who you want to be, not who you think you should be or who you think society is going to have the best response to, but your authenticity, your authentic voice, your authentic channel, your authentic way of expressing yourself in the world, whether it's through an artistic medium, or maybe you feel really passionate about helping people or animals, or maybe you want to travel and this is like the next version of you that you're going to step into. So I encourage you to get clear on that. Take this time, this opportunity to really get clear, and then vibrate with sound what you're calling in, and start communicating with your higher self, with your guides, so that you can boldly walk into your future with a powerful presence and leaving all this shit behind. Because we're entering a new timeline. We actually are in a new timeline right now. And you don't have to carry any of the baggage with you. You can just give it back to be transmuted and transformed. Dragons will take it and turn it to ash. So be willing to do that, because we really aren't taking anything with us where we're going anyways. We're just taking our spirit and our soul and our voice. Our voice gets to go with us. Our voice is part of our soul's true, authentic essence. It's a unique instrument. So if you feel called to continue working with the voice and are interested in working with me one-on-one, let me know. Or if you want to communicate with your guides in a deeper way, we can do that as well. So feel free to contact me. And know that you are perfect, beautiful, and divine as you are, but be willing to make the changes in your life that you feel called to or inspired to. Because your reality is not going to shift unless you do. So remember, the 3 top ways of shifting your reality are gratitude, physical embodiment, shifting the physical body, moving, shaking, vibrating, dancing, Tai Chi, whatever you got to do, physically move. And while you're moving, you can start affirming who you are to yourself. I am. And the 3rd way is through the voice, through the sound that you're emitting. So yeah, if you have any questions, other things you want to talk about, hear about, please let me know. And thank you all for watching. Be sure to like this video if you liked what I had to say, and subscribe and follow me on my other social media platforms as well. Lunarastarshine, here to shine light in the shadows, to bring it into balance and harmony, because there's nothing wrong with shadows. We love the darkness. We were born for the void. So peace.